All right. What is going on, everybody? Needs more drums here with an American Truck Simulator how-to slash advice slash tutorial video about how to back up a trailer. Because I feel like this is a skill that can get you a lot of XP early on in the game, and getting those 40 or 90 XP points at the end of every delivery for backing up the trailer properly. And so the concept itself is not super difficult, but I know it takes a lot of practice, and it could be pretty challenging to master, especially if you make a mistake or if you get a little bit impatient. So I'm going to give you some quick tips about how to back up a trailer, hopefully the right way. With that being said, take any of my advice with a grain of salt. I am not a professional truck driver, but I have backed up plenty of trailers in real life, just from learning in this game. Nobody ever taught me how to do it properly or anything. So we're coming into one of the Spring Hill mine in Montana, and I have a nice size, pretty long excavator trailer on here. So give us a good little challenge. And plus, this is one of those 90 XP point delivery spots where we gotta, usually gotta work your way around some obstacles or fit it into a pretty tight space. So before we get started here, I want to talk about 3 things that you should keep in mind when trying to back up a trailer. So number 1 is size matters for both the truck and the trailer. Number 2 is that your trailer is going to go in the opposite direction of your steering wheel, the way you turn your steering wheel. And number 3 is just be patient, and there's no correct way to do this. Just whatever works for you, whatever, if you find a way that is absolutely foolproof, then by all means use it. Again, this is just some advice to keep you out of a sticky situation, but most importantly, be patient, because there are going to be times where you're going to have to correct yourself, and it happens to everybody. So the first thing, size matters with the truck and the trailer. So like with this trailer, it's pretty decent length, and so what happens with that is that you actually these longer trailers are a little bit more forgiving. So while they might be a little more difficult to maneuver in a smaller space, they're more forgiving in terms of when you start turning your steering wheel. The movement is going to be a lot more subtle, and so you can gonna have to use like bigger movements and with the steering wheel, and bigger when you decide which direction you want to go. It'll be a little bit more forgiving if you kind of mess up and need to correct yourself, as opposed to a smaller trailer. A small movement is going to make a big difference, because that your trailer just has to travel less of a distance. So if you make a mistake when you're turning, it'll quickly turn that trailer in a direction that you don't want it to go. So I feel like backing up a small trailer is usually a little bit more challenging than backing up a longer one. So if you want to practice, I would say practice with the small one first, kind of learn how to be patient with that, and then it'll make backing up a bigger trailer just that much easier. So the second thing, the end of the trailer is going to follow. It's going to go in the opposite direction of when you turn your wheel. So I think this is something that, before we start kind of backing in here in our spot, I want to show you this just right now. So if I kind of just straighten out here for a second, and so if I look in my left mirror, say I want my trailer, the back of my trailer, think about where you want the back of your trailer to go, right? So I want the back of my trailer to go closer to that building. So what I'm going to do, to the left, I want it to go to the left. In my left mirror, I'm looking to see where I want that to go. So if I turn my wheel to the right, you're actually going to see that my trailer starts to move left. See that? All right, and same thing, if I go, and now if I want to, kind of come back, straighten out here. Now if I want to go right, as you can see in my right mirror, and over there too, I'm going to turn my wheel to the left, and that back of my trailer is going to go to the right. See that? Now I kind of want to straighten out. I'm going to go back the opposite direction to bring my cab more in line with my trailer. See how I was turning my wheel to the right there, and now I'm turning it to the left. If I want to go a little bit more right. See, so turn right to go left, turn left to go right. I know it's a little confusing, but pretty soon, if you just keep that in mind, that is probably, aside from different size trailers are, you know, more challenging. I mean, this is probably the most important thing to keep in mind when you're backing up a trailer. So always think first before you know, put it in reverse and start hitting the gas. Think about which direction your steering wheel is going and which direction that's going to have on the trailer. So turn left to go right, turn right to go left. All right. So with that being said, let's see what we got to do here. So this one seems a little bit challenging. So yeah, so this spot is a good one to demonstrate all of this, because I got to put that trailer in a tight spot, and I don't really have a lot of room here to fully straighten out and maneuver my trailer. So what I'm first going to do is I'm going to kind of try to position my trailer in a way that will give me a good angle where I don't have to do too much correcting. So what I usually like to do in these kinds of situations is, you know, try to get the back of my trailer to line up with where I need to be as much as possible. So usually, like in this spot, I'm kind of gonna go to the left here, and then try to take advantage of the space here and kind of swing it around, so that, but I want to straighten out. So then when I start to turn, you know, I already got my trailer in a better direction. So now this is a spot that I could already probably tell you I'm going to need to do a little bit of correcting. And I know some people might just go around the corner and just do like a full sweep around that pillar, but I'm not that good, so we're gonna do it this way. So yeah, so again, I want my trailer to go to the left, so I'm going to turn my wheel to the right. And as you can see, working my way in there. I know it's a little hard to see on my screen, so I kind of like to, you know, imagine I'm sticking my head out the window and watching where I'm going here. But yeah, see, so now we're kind of in a good spot. So again, just being very patient with it, going very slowly. All right, now I kind of want to bring it back to the, kind of straighten it out and bring it back to the right a little bit. So I'm going to turn my wheel to the left and see the right, my trailer starts to go to the right. And I want to straighten it out, so I'm going to turn my wheel to the right to bring my cab more in on my trailer. Now we're just going to straighten it out here, and that should be pretty good. Yep. Parking brake on, very important. And as you can see, that's not a bad job at all. So yeah, again, just when you're backing up a trailer, you know, keep in mind the size of your trailer and try not to be too, you know, just be patient with it. You don't need to be moving the wheel a bunch of, you know, 1,000 times and trying to, you know, I mean, like, just be patient. Just use small calculated movements with your steering wheel and you will be totally fine. Also, one more thing is, don't be afraid to, if you need to correct yourself, you know, something that I like to keep in mind, if you need to correct yourself and you've kind of gotten yourself back into back to a corner, so to speak, pun intended, you know, if you're going to correct yourself, give yourself some room. So don't, you know, go like, just pull up a couple feet, like, you know, get out of your spot and kind of realign yourself, and then, you know, do it again, just kind of do it again. I see people, you know, just when they're driving their cars or something and they try to get into a parking space and they don't can't fit in the parking space or something, and then they, you know, put it in reverse and back up like 6 inches and then try it again. It's like, it's not gonna, nothing's gonna change. You know, give yourself some room, allow your cab and your trailer to kind of, you know, realign, and then you can sort of start with a better angle rather than just kind of doing like a 30-point turn to try to get, you know, in and out of the same spot a bunch of times, and, you know, you're not changing anything. So again, that just comes with being patient, and, you know, if you feel frustrated, just kind of give yourself a little bit of a fresh start, and I guarantee you're going to be way closer than you were before. So with that being said, thank you guys for watching. Hopefully this was somewhat helpful. If you have any comments or questions, let me know down below, and I will talk to you guys later. See ya.